That's money that if you lose it all today, it does not affect your lifestyle or your livelihood. What you don't want to be doing is coming into the market swinging big without experience and consistency. You have to be consistently profitable to be trading in a real account that's a big account. You know, that or just extreme discipline. But I don't even recommend doing that. I say just um, risk money. That way you don't even, it's a, because something can look good before you don't use up and then you lose and you get yourself in trouble. So risk money, take it slow. Do not blindly copy me. That's a recipe for disaster. Remember that my results are not typical, and I do not invest money for my subscribers. So be careful with any fake relentless trader accounts that might be trying to reach out to you, because I do not reach out to people. People reach out to me. So be careful. That's one of the first signs that there's a scammer. All right. I will never ask for money. I will never ask for personal information. I'll never ask you to click on any crazy link. I'll never talk about options, right? Those are some of the tactics they're using. Hey, I've made money on options. You should try and follow me. So be very careful with that stuff. The YouTube comment section, Discord, Instagram, and Facebook. ARDS, is this dip worth it? Pulled back to VWAP. This isn't a setup I usually take, so I'll be avoiding that, but some people might like it. Marcelo watching MRKR. Maybe over 2, right? I mean, it's trying here. It's pushing up a little bit so far. But back down. Well, it's holding up. We'll see what it does. ARDS also trying. So ARDS, the dip down there is going to work, right? I'm going to take a starter here. Tight stop. It's right back down. I thought we might have seen a bottom there. Maybe it's coming all the way down for double bottom. It's possible at VWAP, but I wanted us to hold a little higher up to then curl back. But it's a little choppy to start. ARDS. My nose was getting stuffy just now, so I had to, walk off screen there for a sec. MRKR pulling back a bit. TRVN, not much. Volume's a little lower. So patience, slow and steady. I'll keep an eye on the halt scans here as well today. MARK or MRKR. MARK, is that one also moving up a little bit? Let's see. Yeah, MARK pushing up a little bit. Could keep an eye on this one too. Getting called out on the YouTube stream. Sneaking up. So we've had a 3-bar played. 1-minute candle has already dipped and made the new high. A few setups have already taken place. Break at the pre-market high as well. So I'm a little bit behind on the ball here. 79. 5-day. There's a seller. Well, it seems like there's a few sellers.
If I is K.
had some indecision. 5-minute candle looks good. 63, VWAP 62, 65. So I'm watching at the lows of the last candlesticks. Just trying to size up the stock a little bit. You guys know I like it higher low, right? Doesn't matter which one, just higher low. And let me see, how's the daily chart here? Just in case I'm missing something. 200 to 243. MARK up 30%. Looking like it's, you know, maybe onto something. Will we see the 1-minute candle make the new high, or are we going to pull back here? It's saying that low is 64. It's fluctuating a lot here. I got a high fill too. Well, I guess it's a fair fill, rather. We do have a red candle on the 5, so I'm of course going to pay attention here if it needs that 5-minute pullback. MRKR, on the other hand, red to green, seems to be pushing up a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's really getting a lot of selling, so I'll jump back in. Let's see what it does. We got a high of the last at 69. It might need a new low. I mean, we have a top and wick. Maybe it needs a new low. It needs to curl to the moon right here. Take us to the moon. This entry is probably not the best entry this high, knowing how this thing is moving. It's like it needs more volume too, you know. How are we pushing? 400,000 per candle? Oh, that's decent. I could have held 59 longer, but the way how it's just up and down, I just, you know, took the 5-6 cents off the table. It still looks good on the 5-minute though, so it probably will curl eventually. So you can still say I'm out of that trade too soon, buying at 59, right? Low is at 59. It should curl. How the 5 minute is looking. ARDS also curling. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get this pushed to Hive Day. This stock is a weird one, I tell you. Oh, 68, 68, 66. Is it failing? Or is this just a quick pullback? It might be failing here. That red candle isn't looking promising. It has to be higher low, right? I mean, those trades there are in anticipation of a new high, but it's not going, so I'll have to wait again. This is just, I mean, look at these candlesticks. What's going on here? You know, it's the night and day difference in the stock market, right? Last week, this stock is already at $2. Now to this week, it's still here at 60, 65. So we have to make sure we trade the market that we are in, right? And not the market we want to be in or trading in the past, right? So let's make sure we make the necessary adjustments. ARDS, you know, is it worth something here? It seems like this one has some range to it, ARDS. You know, it's on a red to green right now. It's trying. Just had a big pullback though. I'm gonna switch gears. I'll keep an eye on MARK, but we'll see. And CXAI, look, Raphael's back. Oh, Raphael, good to see you, man. Raphael has been MIA. Yeah, he doesn't even know about MMU. That's how long he's been gone. It's been like 5 months or maybe more. I don't know. Maybe actually more than that. But anyhow, you know, ARDS is this the one to watch? First 5 minute candle making the new high. You know, entries such as high of day might be coming up. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but hopefully we get a cup and handle and it pulls back again. That way I can get in low. I don't mind the high of day entry, but if I get in high, it needs to just keep going, you know. MARK is back at 72, and there's some bigger bids this time. MARK at 73. Are we on to something here? No, back down, 67. This momentum is just something else, man. There's not a lot going on here. So you have to be accurate and precise if you're to walk away with some green here. MRKR, I'm just going to take off screen for now. TRBN, well, this one is not doing any better. WLGS, not doing much better. And not seeing anything else really hitting the scans for now. This setup on ARDS looks good, but the price action is what's a little tricky. I think it's a pretty decent looking setup. Nice clean candlesticks. We just got to be careful of the big red candles that seems to be coming every so often. Is this it? Price act like we're seeing. I don't know. It's a very interesting price action here. It is pushing over high of day though, so will we continue? Looks like it will. There's volume coming in. I'm not in, which is not good. I'm waiting for a pullback or maybe a new high, but we'll see. Sometimes they keep going. Will this one keep going? Then it's not like ripping through like it should be. I might try it again. It's holding high for now. But if we do see the pullback, I don't mind. $42. Good. Good buying, but again, still pretty slow. So can we see the pullback? There's a wall of sellers there. It bought up all the sellers. I should have been more aggressive earlier for high day, but the price action just very strange. There's a bid there. Yeah, oh wait. Yeah, the price action a little strange coming up. $38 is the pre-market highs. Some people might like it here, but still watching to see. We've put out a couple of positions, haven't seen anything, which isn't good. So we're not seeing that pullback. So when it comes, it probably will be big. It kind of feels extended for me now. So I'll just, we'll see. What's the low of this candle? 36. Gotta also be wary, although I don't think we should see a 5-minute pullback in this kind of area. MRKR, potentially for a break of 79, even MARK also for a break of 79. Both of them have highs of 179. Maybe I watch MARK right here. Is this the same stock I have on chart? Why is that? MR, uh, geez, MRKR. There we go. I'm going crazy. ARDS, still kind of grinding up. We'll switch that level 2 in a sec. Let's see what this thing does here. MARK. MARK is the one that's moving up. I was going crazy thinking both of them were moving at the same time, same price. Can we see a break of 79? We had a double top here, he said already. Need to see high volume for this to be good. And by the way, ARDS looks great now for if this new candle in the 5 pulls back, I think it looks really good. ARDS. Come on. MARK, come on. Can we see something here? There's a few sellers though, but I don't mind getting back in. Can we hold? Come on. It's just so hard to pull out some profits out of this stock. Nothing. Okay, waiting for the 5-minute pullback on ARDS. It got to a high of 83 from 78. I think ARDS 5-minute setup is what I need. And then if we can get a nice trade here, we probably can just call it, right? And not make the mistake we made yesterday, overstaying our welcome. The day right now is already telling me that there's nothing here. So I'll wait for this good setup that I think is coming here, ARDS. And, I'll try to get in as close to support as I can, put a stop in place, and be patient and watch for a curl back through high of day. It's just interesting how the market is. But if it was hot every day, then it's like, what fun would that really be, right? When it slows down, it makes it interesting. So waiting patiently. Will we see that bigger pullback for ARDS? Come on down, the price is right. We ask ourselves, what's a reasonable pullback right here? I'll try and trust the price action. Well, I will trust the price action, not try, I will. But, let's see. Actually, yeah, let's see what it does. I think it might come a little lower. I feel like the buying there wasn't as good. High is at what, 38, 39 basically. But it's holding up here. And there's 39. 38, well, not quite, 38.96. Is this it? If it is, then it's a pretty tight 5-minute pullback, right? Maybe it is. Only 3, 4, 5 cents. Was that 5 cents? Very early green, but again, not a lot, but we're still seeing some green here. One-minute candle to make the new high. Huge sellers coming in. Huge sellers. If we break those sellers, I'd probably get back in here. We got some bids as well, but not as big. We might make a new low. Or did we already did it? Looks like we might have had already. The way how my level 2 is set up, it's not the best to trade this stock. I actually need to see within the 100th of the penny. Right now, it's kind of just showing me the whole number, which is not great. But it's something I can adjust in settings, though. Ay, ay, ay. Well, for me to be in this and be in this good with size, I needed it to pull back more. It's not it. Where am I at on the day? Let's not make yesterday happen twice. And, you know, gotta start thinking about wrapping it up. This is just not the stock that I'm gonna be up, 2K, 1K. This is not it. Whilst again, for me to be in this nicely, it just needed to give something more, decisive on the low for me to say, yeah, I think this is it. That way I can at least be in 10,000, and then every penny can be $100, and then can we go up 5 cents and then make 500? Scalping this is just like not good. In fact, it might be more likely I take a loss at this point, being that I've traded 33,000 shares for nothing. Right? This is where you have to say, hey, that's it. Yesterday I could have left out earlier, right? So kind of just, not that I want to say overcompensating, but we got to make sure we don't get back again. $100 green day, right? NNOX PRSO. Yeah, those are hitting the scans. Where are we? Goodness. Yeah, NNOX is it's moving up. Yeah, it's moving up. PRSO. This one sounds a little bit more familiar. Small move as well. Continuation on the daily. The momentum is in the dumps. The momentum is in the dumps. This kind of market is get green, get out. And the stock yesterday was good because, it kept showing me that, let me put this thing on a level 2, hold up. Just in case there's actually something here. PRSO. the RSO. Volume is only now getting into it. The 200 is at 108. What's high day? 32. The other stock is slow and steady, ARDS. It's doing its thing. It's just, slow and steady. You got to be in that big size and holding longer, which I can do, but I'm not getting the setups to play out the way I want them to feel good about doing it. ARDS, pushing up some more. When the stock has more range, it's a little bit smoother for the price action trades as well, right? That's another thing with the more expensive stocks. That's good. I'm thinking if I even want to trade this one here. Probably not. It doesn't look bad, but I'm not sure if enough people are watching at it for it to be good. The daily chart is not, it's the continuation. There's a flag here. It doesn't have enough attention to give the follow through. It's been a pretty good month though, this month. We also haven't really went crazy with share size. But share size is only up in terms of like shares per day, it's only up 50,000. And I'm still not at my goal of 500,000. So I'm at like a 250,000 in terms of just how many shares I'm pushing on each individual day. So I still have to take twice as much size. Well, not on days like today though, not on this day. But whenever we can see, and here's a better pullback for the other stock, but kind of too late. When we see those hotter days again, we'll keep pushing it slow and steady. Aim for another 50,000 more, and then another 50,000. We'll get up to 350, then 400, and then 450, 500, and then we'll be at the goal, right? And then hopefully, not a terrible fills the low. Yeah, and then hopefully we can see something, right, for real in terms of just gains and how smooth the experience can be. Where's the green? We're not seeing it. Maybe out a little too soon, but a VWAP, this is a VWAP bounce trade right there, right? But we need it to be bouncing up more. What is out there making all this noise, man? Josh, somewhere around 20. Well, probably, I think somewhere close, somewhere close, plus or minus. Whenever I have a good month, the other guys always have a good month too. It kind of shows you like the momentum is there. Like the traders we met up with in that house, the team house, right? The team house, we're doing that again, right? next month or next 2 months. Yeah, but a month like this is definitely great because, a couple months ago, a couple years, well, let's say a couple years ago, a couple months ago, I kind of already was like, you know, I, s- th- let's see, there was a moment in time where I finally started seeing it, like for real, like the potential, like, really understanding the potential. And this month, as good as it was, it's not the best that I can do in a month. I don't even think close. So, we'll see over the years as we keep going. We'll see over the years, slow and steady. It takes a different mindset, though. Let me see something here. It takes the mindset is what's really key. Like, if you can become consistent and then you recognize the potential, you have to really push yourself mentally. That's what it comes down to. If you're an aggressive person naturally, it'll be easier for you to do, right? So some people will just, they'll just turn on that switch. I've never really been an aggressive person. So, slow and steady. CXAI indeed moving up a bit. This weekend I'll review the comments throughout the week for Discord and you know, ho hopefully there's no nonsense. The potential, it sometimes seems limitless, but that's because we know that there's still more to grow. It'll get to a point where, if you're pushing a certain level of share size, you're gonna have trouble with the liquidity, especially on certain stocks. You'll have to know when and when not to. And we see it, from time to time we'll get those wedge patterns where there's a certain area where we have the lows, and throughout 30, 40 minutes it comes down there, 20 times. You could buy each time 5,000 shares, you know, and you up to 100,000 shares, you understand your risk. And on the days where we do get the breakout that keeps going into the second, third leg, you know, there's a massive gain. CXAI, um, maybe I pay more attention to it. The daily candle made a new high at 1197, pretty decent. There's 69 on the bids, low 62. After our highs are at 1417. And the bulls will be back for the first of the month. I hope so. But we don't mind slowing it down if we have to. Whatever is necessary is what we'll do. That's how we survive in the markets, right? We always have to make sure we're trading today's market, not yesterday's market or last week or last month. Whatever the story is today, that's the story, we abide by. Making sure to adjust, just be patient. The next hot day will come again. Hopefully tomorrow, but if not, we'll be waiting. MRKR, I have it off screen. Well, no, I have it on screen actually. Okay, so moving up, yeah, moving up a little bit. But for this type of stock, for me, I think I need Hive Day because it's been so choppy. Hive Day's at 95. We're currently at 87. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. is the sweet spot. So be sure to check me out again tomorrow. We'll be live. We'll talk about the watch list and then the game plan for the day. And we'll trade up for about an hour or two, maybe more, depending on the type of action we're seeing. I don't like to walk away from momentum. I usually like to see the momentum till the stock reaches to the backside. If I continue to see losing trades on a day like that, though, then like yesterday, we just okay, and at that point, we just shut it down. MRKR again, still it's trying, but and we got CXAI making a move. So that low of 62 held up nicely, and here we are making a new high. There might be a trade coming here if this opens up. I'll get my hands on the buy button, CXAI. I want to see it break 50 here if possible. 49, 50. It's buying, buying. Volume is definitely not here at all. What was the high? 73. That was a weird area. Nice move though, because it attempted 50. Looks like it rejected. Came to 30, then broke out, then came back to 30. I kind of hesitated on going in because, like, is it about to flush down? Saw some green, tried to hit the bids, too late. It's moving well, but if it had more volume, it could have been better. Will it continue or will it need a pullback here eventually? Want to see more separation on an entry like that? Well, okay, there we go, 25. It's actually pulling away. It's moving well. This is good. I'll start to size up if I can catch a decent couple of trades here. Maybe a halt up 75. Are we that aggressive here? Maybe. Yeah, so this is like a surprise stock out of the blue. need a pullback. Nope, needs more. 13. More. Okay. What was the low? 80? No, 80 was not the low of that candlestick. The low of that candlestick was 90, at least from what I saw. Right for 92, but not quite seen the selling. And we do have a red candle on the 5, so I want to be careful if we see a bigger pullback, but maybe it curls here. Okay, okay, looks like it will. No, not quite. Oh, I'm gonna miss this trade. Oh my goodness. As I'm in, I'm seeing some selling. So, coming back out, looking for the bigger drop. Not great, not great. Scalp trades to the depths. Close trades though. Price action kind of chopping me out. Just seeing a little too much red on those entries. Nice break of 14 there. Can we hold? Again, the red. Okay. So it's going to pull back this time. See the curl. 68. Oh my goodness. The ask was not at 68. So we got 33. Are we just failing here? Could be. The candle is starting to pull back maybe a little too much. I can't believe I got a 68 fill there buying at 52. I saw 54 by like 59, I think. But that wasn't good. We caught the bottom of the pullback, but unfortunately didn't see any scalps along the way back up. The low of the pullback was 1280. Wanted to see at least one or two scalps on the way back up would have been nice. 1330, 1350, 1360, 1378 for high day. Getting in and just seeing a little too much red. Break and hold the 50, same thing. So it's bouncing back up. We'll see if it gets back over to the whole dollar again. 14. Let's size back down a little bit as well. High of the current candle is 78. By the way, ARDS did well. ARDS did well for anybody who held that thing. But you have to have the longer hold time there for sure. The 5-minute closed as a green doji, which was good. So there's still a chance it might curl back up, but we'll have to wait and see. I have a ton of trend lines from previous days which I could erase, but kind of just left them there. Beautiful 1-minute candle making you high. It looks like it might want to retest, so 1422 was the high. Once I'm in, it needs to be going, so I have to be patient here. I do have a small spread, about 10 to 15 cents. This is where it gets tricky in terms of where support should be in this consolidation, because 1280 is the low. 1280 is the low, so everything here for me will be scalp trades, but even on these dips like this, I'll try 42 here. Will we hold? We got a decent fill. 40, it's coming down, but still holding, so I'll try again. So can we see this back to 70 here? Break even stop, of course, right there. So there's a new low. Didn't take it off because I didn't think it made sense to. But here we are back down, so we got a new low. Not by much, by a couple cents. Are we holding? And there's a new low. So maybe it needs 1280. Smaller share size here, so that we don't lose much. For this type of 1-minute pullback, I think at this point, it only makes sense for 1280. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. At the end of the day, the stock will, kind of do its own thing. Lows at 23. $48 is the 1-minute candle to make a new high. Still waiting patiently. It's currently 10:24. For those of you who are going to head out after first hour, hopefully you had a good day. And of course, don't forget to leave a thumbs up before heading out the door, right? Some people will take the day into a different direction, heading into the day job or maybe a different business or project. If you are, hopefully you had a good day. So still waiting to see CXAI. What do we want to do here? We didn't quite break and for much below that level. Okay, maybe we might want to watching. These market orders are the worst fills in the world here. Of course, the bid gets no love. This is moment of truth right here. Is it done, or are we double bottoming for an epic red to green? Watching the lows. Good entry, good fill. And is this it? 70, 75. We have the new low and it's now lingering at the lows. Do I want to try it again? Uh, I'll try it one more time. The 5 minute volume profile looks good, but still, I don't want to be here too long if it's not going to give the move in case it's just finished. We need to see volume. What time is it? 27? Yeah, we definitely need to start seeing some volume here. So is this going to be a good trade? We want to see a bottoming wick on the 5 minute candle and then curl back through 13, then slowly 13.20, 13.40, and then eventually 14 if possible for the retest at a high day level. Somebody's at the door. I will not be going for that, unfortunately. Do you guys have your package stolen ever before? Right? That's the thing that happens here sometimes, unfortunately. People, oh man, some people, I tell you, man. So on the camera, we saw this guy, he's riding his bike, and then he sees the package, he stops, he looks around, and then he just casually walks up, and then he has the audacity to put the bike on a stand. It's just nuts. Puts the bike on the stand, and then kicks up and picks up the package, puts it in his backpack, and then just rides off into the sunset. I think he got like a battery or something like that. So this is a 5 minute setup, so I'm waiting to see. Tight stop as usual. I don't sell these trades early because there's a target on these trades. Like some people might say, okay, RT, you're up 30 cents or whatever, take it off. That's not the target here, right? So I'll be patient and we'll see what the stock does. Okay, this is more like it. So now I'll take off some of the position and then, I'll be here till 14 if possible. Take me to the moon of 1350. Take me to the moon. Take me to Pluto and then Jupiter. Pluto. Here we go. Pluto coming up next. Can we see Pluto? 1330, then 1350, and then 14, hopefully. Yes, good volume coming in. Good volume there. Good volume. Take us to the moon. There might be some scalp trades, but do I even want to bother? This is definitely the trade of the day, right? Too bad we were red before, so we didn't really get to see gains. Now this is one to add to the classes. Look at that volume profile down there. Now, the only bad thing about this setup is that we pulled back with a doji versus like a full body green candle, then into a red candle that kind of comes down, which would still be a bullish engulfing, right? But we've had a green doji and then pulled back. The lows were at 1280. So if we're in at 1280, we have a backstop that's reasonable, and then we just hold to see if we can curl back up to high of day. There might be a pullback for an entry again. Maybe I take more shares. Because of the losing trades as well, we also sized down. Which of course, there's that discrepancy. We should have had an extra 200 shares still. Let me get back in if it pulls back. If not, maybe it makes a new high here. Yeah, it looks like it wants the new high. Or at least an attempt. I thought we were getting ready for a pullback there. So here we go, here we go, here we go. What will it be? Can we see 14? What's the market sentiment like today, right? That kind of dictates where we're going to go. Although the stock could still do its own thing, right? I mean, that's why trading is hard. If we knew exactly what should happen here, we'd all be rich. The way how I manage risk and trade, for me to take size on that position, I would have already needed to be green a lot on the day. And then I'd have been saying, let's say I was green $1,000, right? I'd say, what am I comfortable losing off of this high? And I'd say, okay, if I get back half, I still feel good on the day. And so I'd use an appropriate share size to where if I lose half, if that's what I want to do, right? It's how I manage risk. So that's part of the reason why I'm not in that trade with size. So here we go. Can we see the break of 14? There's green. I'll jump in, but not an immediate rip to the high. Still holding though. Retest or pullback. Looks like it might be a little bit of pullback. There's 80 on the bids. People are still buying. It seems like. I'll wait though. Come on. This is it. To the moon. Oh, I'll try. I might try again. It's still trying. We need 1420s. Can we see a big bid? 50,000 shares. If somebody comes in that aggressive this high, then you know it's likely to go. It's hair too long, so I'll be waiting. I'll probably take 1420 though. If it comes up. Ay, ay, ay. Too bad we couldn't avoid going red. Oh, how far are we gonna go? 8, 11. Ooh, there's a spread here. I gotta be careful. Come on, take us to 50. Good. 30. Oh, we need more, more. We need the moon. There's a pullback. Oh, that's a big pullback. We don't really want to see that. Okay, maybe that's the day. Well, we made $75, which is better than nothing. You know, just a few days can make such a difference, I tell you. But I'm trading with small size anyway, so you know I'm not gonna complain. That was a great trade towards the end right there. I think we leave on this high note and walk away. $200 in the green to end the month. I'll make the monthly recap probably on Saturday or Sunday. So that'll be on the 4th or the 3rd or the 4th. And by the way, for those of you looking to get involved in MMU, we've extended the deadline to the 3rd, so that way you guys would have one full week versus kind of like in the middle of the week, which the month is ending here today. So yeah, green is good. $200 a day can still help keep the 9 to 5 away. Although at this high inflation, you know, probably need to make a little more than that. So we'll be back tomorrow. I, you know, let's see what tomorrow has to offer, right? We just have to be patient and just, you know, try our best to just be, you know, on a day like today, the main thing is just try to be alive. You know, if you ask me, just even if it's sideways, even if you're red, small red. And then once it gets, you know, to a nice stock again, we push it. Small green today, small green. Being green a day keeps the Amazon job away. Amazon warehouse. I mean, you know, when it comes to Amazon, there's a lot of careers there. Like it's one of the biggest companies. Whether software, IT, I mean, there's tons of positions and high-paying positions too. When you go on their website, there, you know, there's a lot of positions for like, you know, 150K, but you need experience and you need certain degrees, certain, you know, qualifications and just skills. Even some of the people in the warehouse make like they're in the warehouse, they call it levels in terms of like management and managers. When you get to the level 6 position and higher in the warehouse, you make like 120 and up. And it varies though, because you know different packages, like different, some people might want more stock than somebody else, but there's opportunity. If you start to lead a site, it's even better. I think that's where you get to like the level 7. Of course you'll have more responsibilities, but you have more responsibilities but less work, if that makes any sense. You just have to make sure everybody else is doing their job, and that way your job is easy. And then in there they have they have, I mean, it's a whole thing, right? They have drivers, right? Like the CDL drivers, who I think are doing like the last time I spoke to one of them when I was there. This is like during the pandemic. I think he was doing like 2,800 a week. Right? There's some people there doing all right. Then there's the people inside the warehouse that are maintenance people. Those guys they never used to talk, but I'm pretty sure they were making good money. Probably like 60 an hour, right? Which is like decent. The high inflation though is making everything, seem like it's not as much. Like I was talking to my brother, right? And it's like the numbers that I'm doing right now, if I was doing this like a few years ago, it'd be crazy. Like right now, it's just like whatever, you know. You still got to keep pushing. Best job is an IT job where you can sneak in some morning day trading. Yeah, and it seems like a lot of you guys here are remote. Uh, what do you do in the situation? And we had someone in the Discord in this situation, right? Where you're trading, you're making 80 plus K from trading, but then you're called back to the office. What do you do? It's definitely tricky. Whilst trading can be great, it does has its, cons. Cons such as weeks or months where you might not make money, right? I mean, it is a business. The ebb and the flow, the hot and cold cycles. Do you choose the consistency of the day job, which is 80K, and then also benefits, right? So I guess depending on the person, the decision will be a different decision. Because if your job is giving you benefits for your family, trading is not doing that. So, I guess those are the things that come into play to help you decide. But it does suck if you have to choose, especially if you're already doing it. Crispy, getting green, and getting out. But CXAI, man, that trade was a legendary trade right there. Really good trade. When I have cushion on the day, it's a little different. Like, what I'm thinking, the way how I'm managing risk is just that I'm already red or just barely green or whatever I was at that point. If I size up on his pullback despite it being good, if it goes the other way, it's just such a disaster. Then I'm down 500 on a day just like that, and it's like not good. It's like the big red days are really and truly the days you have to avoid. As good as the day yesterday was, it's like, I don't really think about it, but still, like when I do like the analysis of the day, it's like, maybe I should have walked away down 127 when I had the instinct. Like right now, I'm not touching anything else. I'm like, that's it. This day is finished for me. This day is finished. There's a message I gotta show Crispy, man. Man, the Discord is quite the place, I tell you. So here we are, CXAI, trying again at highs. Is it gonna go through 1440 here? Maybe a quick pullback before trying again. Gotta not lean on the desk like that. I know a guy around